Hey, hi guys, welcome to my channel AWS Guruji. Today we will go through some of the questions that are coming in the AWS Security Specialist. So let's get started. Okay, the first question. The first question is saying that a company is migrating to non-business critical application to AWS Cloud while maintaining their mission critical application on the premises. Okay, so here the company is migrating its data while their mission critical application on the premises. Okay, a particular application hosted in on-premises data center must share confidential information within their application in AWS every week. Okay, they are sharing the information also to AWS every week. The data must bypass the public internet for additional security. Okay, the data must bypass. It means that the data should not go through the public internet. However, the data center network connection performance is always spiky and highly unpredictable. Okay, means the connection should bypass the public internet, and also their issue which is spiky and highly unpredictable. So which of the following is the most secure configuration that will ensure continued connectivity between this site? Okay, so here we got this question and there are the four options. So let's see what we can know from here. So here are they saying that data must bypass the public internet. This is the first thing that we have to keep. Also they mention like the network connection is always spiky and highly unpredictable. Okay, so now let's choose which are the option we can select from this scenario. Okay, so first we have to eliminate the things. So the must pass the public internet. Okay, so the VPNs, it cannot be the solution because VPNs are going through the public internet. Okay, this one is also I'm not going to select because it's the VPN, it's the cloud hub, it's also going to the public internet. Okay, the snowball is also not the, it's actually a migration. We are using the snowball to migrate the data from one place to another place directly, so it's mainly used for migration. Okay, now the answer look like is a direct connect. Okay, now let's see the answer. Yeah, the answer is AWS Direct Connect. Why? Because Direct Connect is a cloud service solution that make it easy to establish a dedicated network connection from on-premises to AWS. Okay, so here the dedicated network will be there from AWS to on your own premises, and the connection will be private from your data center office. So this will reduce your cost and increase the bandwidth because it's directly connected and it is not going to the internet. So let's learn more about this area, the AWS Direct Connect. Okay, so here is our VPC, here is the data center, and in between there is a AWS Direct Connection location. Okay, so actually these are the routers. Okay, and in this router there is a cage. So this is the cage of customer and this is the cage of AWS. So both are connected, and the both routers are there. Okay, now from here we have a direct connection with the virtual private gateway and AWS other services like AWS S3. So let's see what are the things. So using data and direct connect, data that would have previously been transported over the internet can now be delivered through a private network connection between AWS and your data center. Okay, so it's saying that we would have a private network connection between AWS and your data center or your corporate network by using the direct connect. So if you are using this Directconnect, it can reduce your cost and increase the bandwidth and provide a more consistent network experience than internet-based connection, because it's directly connected. So it will increase the bandwidth because it will not route through the internet, and it will provide more consistent network experience. So now let's see the second question. Okay, the second question is saying a security administrator is managing the access control of the company customer key in AWS KMS. Okay, so we have administrator who manage the customer keys in AWS KMS service. Okay, so this permission allow the other AWS principal to access a CMK. Okay, it means some permissions in KMS they can manage a CMK, provide temporary permission and grant more general permission. Okay, what are the resource-based access control mechanism that KMS support? Okay, so let's see what could be the what the solution we can see from here. Okay, the permission boundary, and the permission boundary I think is a maximum and the permission which IAM can take to do their task. So I think it is not the answer. Let me clear this. And so what the things highlighted here is what are the resource based access control mechanisms that KMS support. So permission boundary is not the answer. Okay, service control policy. Okay, so what are the service control policy? So service control policy is mainly work with the AWS organization. Okay, and it's from this policy you can manage your AWS organization, and it offers central control over the maximum available permission. Okay, for all account in organization. And from this service control policy you can ensure your account stay with your organization access control guidelines. Okay, but it's for AWS organization, not for KMS, so this is not the solution. Okay, now AWS grants. Okay, so we can use grant. I think from grant you can delegate the permission. Okay, so this could be the answer. Okay, service link rules. Service link rules are the service rules that are linked with the IAM and the services like KMS. Okay, but the question is about the access control of the customer key. Okay, in the class, so this is could not be the answer. Okay, now the key policy. Okay, so key policy could be the answer because KMS support key policies to manage the permissions in the KMS. Okay, so let's see what is the answer for this one. Yeah, the key policy and the grants. Why? Okay, because grants you can programmatically delegate the use of KMS master keys to other principal. Okay, so from grant you can delegate your principals, you can allow them but you cannot deny it. Okay, so grant are easy to create and revoke, and they are used often to provide temporary permission to more permission. Okay, so grant is the thing and the key policy is the other answer. Okay, so now the other thing you can use is that AWS anti-IAM policy in combination with key policies. Okay, to control access to your customer master key in AWS KMS. Okay, so you can use key policies also is using conjunction with IAM policy to control access of CMKs in AWS KMS. Okay, now let's go to the other question. You have deployed a web application hosted in auto scaling group in AP South 1 region. Okay, and as the application has customers from different countries, you plan to use a Cloudfront to speed up the distribution of web content and end user. Okay, so here you are using Cloudfront to speed up your distribution for your dynamic web content. The Cloudfront distribution also needs to serve secure content over the SSL TLS. Okay, so here the CloudFront is using the secure SSL TLS. Okay, so here is the thing that you have to notice is, and this person. Okay, and you already have a certificate installed in ACM. Okay, so you already have certificate. Now the question is, how would you this one? So how would you associate the same certificate? This question. Let's see what are the option we have. Okay, so we have 4 options. Okay, so request, the first option is saying request a certificate in a US East North Virginia region in ACM. Update the certificate CloudFront distribution to use the certificate. Okay, so look like this is the answer, because I will tell you why. Because ACM certificate with CloudFront, you must request or import the certificate in the US East North Virginia region. Okay, so if you are going to use a CloudFront and going to import the certificate, you have to import the certificate in this North Virginia region, and after importing it will replicate to the other environment. Okay, so this looks correct. What's the other option? Let's see that. So B is ACM is able to copy the certificate across AWS region to CloudFront distribution. You can directly update the CloudFront distribution to use the certificate in ACM. So this could not be answered because ACM does not copy certificate. Okay, so this is not the answer. Okay, now the third answer, use, and let's see the third options. Okay, so use AWS command line to copy the certificate from this region to this region. Okay, so the option C is also incorrect because AWS CLI does not allow to copy in ACM certificate. Okay, now let's see the D option. In ACM, request import a certificate in every region. This is also wrong because you have to request a certificate in North Virginia region only, because after you import the certificate in North Virginia region, it will replicate to the other environment also. So this is the wrong answer. So look like this is the answer. Let's see. A should be the answer. Okay. Yeah, so request I import the certificate in US North Virginia, update the cloud distribution to use this certificate. Because to use any certificate from CloudFront, you must request I import the certificate in US East North Virginia region. Okay, so this is the one of the expert that I copied from the AWS facts. So here they mention that, can I copy a certificate between AWS region? They clearly mention that you cannot copy ACM managed certificate region at this time. Okay, and the second thing that I noticed from that document is that they ask like, can I use the same certificate in more than a region? So they mention like, to use an ACM certificate with CloudFront, you must request the certificate in West North region. ACM certificate in this region that associated with CloudFront are distributed to all the geographic location to configure for the distribution. Okay, so here it means that you have to import the certificate in that North Virginia region only, and after importing, it will distribute it to all other geographic location configured for the distribution. Okay, let's see the other question. Okay, so other question is related with SAML. Okay, so a company has used a SAML 2.0 to configure the identity federation. Okay, so here what the thing that you have to notice that they have using a SAML to configure the identity federation. Okay, so they are using identity federation with the AWS, and user can enable the federation single sign-on to log into the Azure console. Okay, they are using the SSO to log into the Azure console. The SAML federation terminated. Okay, the question is SAML federated. Okay, one of the user that is federated had terminated the SU2 instance. Okay, in yesterday. You need to find out who did this. Okay, you need to find out who this is, which can help you quickly identify the. So let's see what the things option we have available. Okay, so here we have 4 options. So let's see. what are the options we could have? So first option is saying like check the CloudWatch event. So event for the EC2 instance, search for the EC2 instance state, change state, and check the user identity field. So this could not be done, sir, because CloudFront event rule is configured or not enabled. Mm, we are not sure, and it will not show any log or record for the assume rule with SAML event. Okay, now see the second option, search for the Cloudtrail event log for the terminated instance. Okay, and identify the assume IAM role. Search the assume role with SAML event that include the IAM role. Okay, look like this is the answer, because Cloudtrail event log can find the assume IAM role with SAML. Okay, this is the main thing here, assume role with the SAML. This is the uh, event that comes in the Cloudtrail event log, and from this we can identify the IAM role. Okay, so look like this is the answer. Okay, now let's see the third option. Okay, so check the Cloudtrail logs in S3 for the terminated instance event and find the role session name. Search the assume roles event that include the IAM roles. Okay, so here it should not be the assume role, it should be the assume use SAML, because we are using SSO and SAML federation. Okay, so federation using STS services with assume role with SAML service. Okay, so this could not be the answer. Okay, now the fourth, what is saying, in AWS rule, check the last activity time of the SAML. Time for each SAML federation rule. The last activity, the assume federated rule should have the same time when the instance was terminated. So this is not the correct answer, because you may not get the federated role name with the last activity time. Okay, so this is not, so look like the answer is B. So let's see what is the answer here. Okay, so the answer is B. Okay, so here you can see assume rule with the SAML. This is the STS service that came in as an event in the Cloudtrail event logs. Okay, this is the snapshot I have taken from the AWS docs. It's actually a security blog from AWS, and they mention the same scenario like this. Here the user needs to find that one. So how user is finding? So first the user is trying to search the event name is mentioned in the Cloudtrail event log. After then she can find the user entry section. User entry section, I will determine the Amazon resource. Okay, so first she needs to find the permitted event name, and after then she needs to find the user entry. After then she needs to search the assume role with SAML STS, and after then she can find the username, federated username. Okay, so this is the answer. So I think Cloudtrail is the manage all the API calls, and we can use Cloudtrail mainly so for STS operations also. So let's go ahead with my last question. Okay, so the here is saying a company is building online shopping platform. Okay, they are making online shopping platform. Recently the application has encountered a DDoS attack. Okay, so here the thing that we have to notice is DDoS attack. Okay, so they are getting frequent DDoS attack. Okay, and sync floods attacks. Okay, the user experiences are impacted and the cost increases sharply when the server scales up. Okay, they are impacted very much. Okay, you need to take action to mitigate the attacks. Okay, we need to mitigate that we have to see. Okay, we have to mitigate the attacks. Which of the following action we can reduce? Okay, so what we have understand from this question is that they are getting frequent DDoS attacks. Okay, like UDP reflection attacks and sync flood. Okay, and due to this they are impacting their cost, impacting the service also cost also. So they need to take action to mitigate that. Okay, they want to mitigate the action. Okay, so let's see What are the options we have available? Okay, so here we got the 4 options. Okay, so first option is saying enable AWS Shield Advanced for cost protection that allow user to request a refund of the scaling related cost that result from a DDoS attack. So I think we can use AWS Shield. Uh, it will help to DDoS attack, and also user can claim refund. But this is not the approach, I think, to reduce the attack surface. Here the question is to mitigate the attack and reduce. Okay, so I think this is not the answer. Okay, let me see this in the last. Okay, let's see the B option. The B option is saying configure CloudFront to distribute traffic to the application. Ensure that only Amazon CloudFront distribution can forward. Okay, so this look like the answer. Okay, because CloudFront can improve the origin security. Okay, as the malicious user cannot bypass the Amazon CloudFront when accessing the web application. Okay, so it's like a means user cannot bypass. Okay, they have to go to the CloudFront, and it will distribute the traffic. Okay, so it's very difficult because there are many edge location CloudFront for AWS. Okay, so it's very difficult to, and it will also mitigate the attacks surface area. Okay, now let us see option C. Configure AWS firewall to centrally configure and manage AWS WAF rule across the AWS organization. Create firewall manager policies using the AWS organization master account. So AWS manager firewall manager central management tool. It is used to manage the AWS firewalls request that are going to CloudFront. But this method will not reduce the attack surface. I think this is not the answer. Now let's see the last option. Okay, the last option is saying collect VPC logs to identify network anomalies and DDoS attack vector. Set up a CloudWatch alarm based on the key operational CloudWatch metrics and CPU utilization. Okay, so this we are using VPC flow logs to gain visibility into abnormal behaviors, but attack surface cannot be reduced. Okay, so I think this is not the answer. Okay, so let's see.